I walked up to the airport check-in counter, dragging my small suitcase behind me. My family had already gone through security, and the terminal buzzed with travelers hustling past, their boarding passes fluttering in hand. I was hoping to catch them, to step into what should have been a celebration for my brothers, Tyler and Jason, their college graduation marking the end of an era I had been quietly removed from. The agent looked at her screen, frowning, and my stomach sank. "I'm sorry," she said, her voice neutral, almost rehearsed. "Your ticket has been canceled. There's nothing I can do." My phone buzzed immediately. A new text from my mom. "Have fun walking home, loser. Maybe this'll teach you some humility." I stared at it for a long moment, my chest tight, and then, quietly, almost imperceptibly, I smiled. She had no idea what she just underestimated. I'm Isabella, 25, a digital marketing consultant specializing in travel and hospitality, and I work entirely remotely. I grew up the odd one out. My twin brothers, 2 years younger, had always been the stars. Athletes, charming, socially confident, excelling in business school. They were the type of kids who seemed to make life effortless. And then there was me, quiet, observant, unremarkable in the eyes of my family. I moved out at 20, traveled the world, and built a career from my laptop. My independence was my refuge, and for years I felt invisible in the home I came from. 3 years ago, I invested in a small beach house with the savings from my consulting work and a small inheritance from my grandmother. It wasn't flashy, but it was mine. Managed through a property manager, it became profitable and self-sustaining, a quiet symbol of independence. I never flaunted it. Sharing my successes only invited dismissal or requests for money. But now, the family beach vacation was supposed to be a celebration for my brothers, and I had arranged, through my property manager, for them to stay there, under the guise of a family friend renting it to them. My hope had been simple. Would they see me differently if I provided something valuable, something beyond myself? As I stood at the check-in counter, confusion and humiliation clashed with a strange sense of anticipation. Who canceled my ticket? The agent hesitated, then confirmed. My mother, the primary account holder, had removed me from the reservation hours ago. My calls went unanswered, and the texts kept coming. "You've been freeloading off this family for years. Time to grow up." Tyler laughed when I called him. "Oh, you actually showed up. Mom canceled your ticket. Should have gotten here on time." He hung up before I could respond. And then the group chat erupted with pictures of my mother and brothers smiling at the gate. "Family trip, just the real crew," the caption read. For a moment, I felt the weight of their cruelty. I could have turned around, gone home, and let them have their celebration without me. But that's not who I am. Not anymore. I opened my property management app, checking the bookings and income for the beach house. My fingers hovered over my phone as a thought crystallized. If they could humiliate me in my absence, I could remind them who held the power. I called Diane, my property manager, calm, professional, and ready. "Are you sure you want to do this?" she asked. "Completely," I replied. Then I called Marco, my best friend and a real estate attorney. He said, "They abandoned you at an airport. You're being merciful by letting them stay, even temporarily. Don't let guilt stop you." Hours later, I was in an Uber approaching the beach house. I could see them on the patio, laughing, carrying glasses of wine, oblivious to the storm about to land in their perfect little scene. My mom's voice carried over the open space. "This is what life's supposed to be like. Just us, no drama, no Isabella." Tyler laughed, Jason shrugged. They had no idea I was there, keys in hand, ready to reclaim what was mine. I unlocked the front door and stepped inside. Silence fell instantly. My mother's face shifted from joy to shock. Tyler froze mid-laugh. Jason's smile faltered. "What are you doing here?" my mom demanded, her voice laced with confusion and irritation. "I live here," I said simply, setting down my suitcase. Tyler's voice cracked with disbelief. "You broke in?" "No," I replied, pulling out my phone to show them the digital deed. "I own this house. There is no friend. I bought it 3 years ago, and it's mine." I walked them through my portfolio. 3 properties, a thriving remote business, 6 figures a year, independence I had nurtured quietly. I was the quiet one they had dismissed, the one they thought was invisible. But here I am, standing in my own space, a living proof of success they had never expected. My mother softened slightly, attempting guilt. "Honey, why didn't you tell me?" I said evenly. I tried. Every time I shared something I was proud of, it was dismissed as a phase or a hobby. Today, you canceled my ticket, mocked me, and celebrated in my house without me. That's not love. That's cruelty. Tyler's voice rose, angry, confused. "You're seriously going to kick us out of your house?" I looked him in the eyes. "You threw me out first. You laughed at me. You made me feel worthless. I'm simply returning the gesture." I messaged Diane to confirm. Eviction papers ready. But I didn't need them yet. I wanted the silence, the moment of realization to settle in. My mom's voice quivered. "You can't do this. We have nowhere to go." I said, calm. "You can afford hotels. You saved enough by cutting me out today." For the first time, I felt no fear, no doubt. Their desperation was irrelevant to my peace. Their laughter, their arrogance, had been my chains for years, and I had broken free. I walked upstairs to the master bedroom, placing my suitcase beside me, my phone buzzing with messages I chose not to read. The next morning, they left quietly, carrying their luggage to a rental car. My mom called repeatedly over the following days. Each attempt met with silence. 2 weeks later, an email arrived. "We're sorry for how we treated you. Can we talk?" I replied with one line. "You're not sorry you hurt me. You're sorry you were wrong about me." That was all they received. The experience taught me something invaluable. Family does not define worth. Real love doesn't humiliate, abandon, or celebrate your absence. Respect and boundaries are more important than forced togetherness. My portfolio grew, my blog flourished, and I visited my properties several times a year, quietly thriving while maintaining the independence I had always cherished. I stayed close with my grandmother, my father's mother, who had always believed in me. Her support, unwavering and genuine, reminded me of the value of people who see you for who you truly are. My story remained private to most, shared only as lessons about boundaries, self-respect, and resilience. Through all of this, I realized the only approval I had ever needed was my own. Not my mother's, not my brother's, not even the world's. And finally, I understood freedom, not just financial independence, but emotional liberation. They had tried to humiliate me, to make me small, to erase me. Instead, they gave me the clarity I had long sought. If you've ever been left behind by people who were supposed to have your back, you were not alone. Your worth is inherent, your independence is powerful, and your life is yours to shape. Protect it, nurture it, and never let anyone's cruelty define your value. I finally knew what it meant to be truly free, to reclaim not only the property I owned, but the dignity and respect I had always deserved. And for the first time, their silence didn't hurt. It liberated me.